Hello everyone, it's Matt and welcome to Collaboration Coach. Microsoft had their annual Ignite event last week, and as usual there were tons of new feature announcements. There were far too many to cover in one video, so for this month's radar I'm going to make a series instead. For part 1, let's get started and we'll have a look at all the upcoming features announced at Ignite for Teams. Let's start with Mesh. Mesh was announced earlier this year and it aims to bring virtual and mixed reality to Microsoft Teams. It promises to support 3D meetings in Teams where we'll be represented as avatars, and also virtual spaces to bridge the gap between our physical and digital worlds. The avatars can be personalized so they look like us or whoever we want to look like in the virtual space. And so we won't need to turn our cameras on if we're having a bad hair day. Our avatars can carry on the conversation for us and express themselves with real-time reactions. We'll be able to create 3D spaces that resemble physical locations like conference rooms and meeting lounges for our avatars to mix in. And we'll be able to share documents and presentations and other content and collaborate with them in the virtual space. This looks like fun, but how much we need this right now, I'm not so sure. And I also noticed that Microsoft has started to use the term metaverse in their marketing for Mesh in the same way as Facebook or Meta does. It looks like the metaverse is coming whether we want it or not, and the race to lead it is on. Microsoft says that Mesh meetings and experiences will be available as a preview in Teams on PC, mobile and mixed reality headsets in the first half of 2022. Now on to meetings, and there are a ton of new awesome features coming into this space too. When we create a meeting, we'll be able to assign roles before it starts. So if you need extra presenters or co-organizers, you can set all that up beforehand. Meetings will also track which order hands are raised in, so presenters can address the contribution of the attendees in the right order. We'll have more control over notifications during the meeting too. We'll be able to pin and hide our own video feeds. And finally, for those of us joining meetings on mobile, a refreshed menu is being added that makes it easier for us to switch between the key features like video and chat. So this set of updates should be available in early 2022. There are new features coming for Teams webinars and live events, and they should be available in preview in late 21 and early 22. There'll be a new virtual green room that enables organisers and presenters to keep in touch, socialise, monitor chat and manage the Q&A during a meeting or webinar. This will provide a private space separate from the attendees for presenters and organisers to talk and prepare before going live. While the attendees wait, they'll see a welcome screen and they can use the chat and ask questions with the Q&A. Organisers and presenters will have more control over what their audience can see during their meetings with the Bring On Screen feature. This will allow presenters to bring the other attendees' video onto the meeting stage during presentations. We'll also be able to add up to 10 co-organisers for webinars and meetings. The co-organiser will be able to do the same things as the organiser, like change the meeting options, create polls and manage breakout rooms. And this feature should be available by the end of the year. The Q&A feature that's been available in live events for a long time is coming to meetings and webinars. It will allow organisers and presenters to moderate questions and answer sessions in a more formal way. Attendees can post questions and they can be reviewed before being published by the moderator, and the best answers can be flagged and responses can be filtered and pinned. Q&A for webinars and meetings will be available for public preview in November. A new feature called Teams Connect is going to allow us to collaborate with people outside our organisation in new ways. We'll be able to schedule meetings, collaborate in real time and share channels with up to 50 teams and as many organisations as we need. Teams Connect is going to enable shared channels, and we'll be able to invite people to individual channels rather than the whole team. So shared channels can be shared with people and teams across multiple organisations too. And these features will preview at the start of 2022. Chat with Self is a thread in the Teams chat app that acts as a safe place for writing to yourself before you're ready to send to anyone else. Things like drafts, ideas, and reminders can all be added here and no one else will see them. Chat Density lets you customize the number of messages you see in the chat window. Comfortable setting is the default, and that's the one we have today, and there'll be a new compact setting that lets you fit 50% more messages onto the screen. Microsoft are adding over 800 new 3D emojis for us to drop into chats. We'll be able to delay the delivery of messages and choose the date and time that we want to post. And we'll be able to check the time zone that our collaborators are in from the content card. It will tell us what time it is where they are and how many hours in front or behind we are. And finally, the search results page is getting a refresh. We'll be able to filter results and toggle between tabs to find the information we need. Okay, so that's my pick of all the Teams announcements from Ignite. Look out for my roundup of the other technologies coming soon. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.